OG, stay with me. Damn, man, over some TVs, cuz. That's somebody granddaddy, cuz. Over TV, popped him, cuz. He gone, bro. OG, man, rest in peace, bro. It's nothing but love, bro. You good, bro. It's okay, bro. I think he do work here, man. He work here, man. Over some TV, he lost his life over the TVs, cuz.
The killing of David Dorn, a retired police captain from St. Louis. Here you can see, retired St. Louis police captain David Dorn murdered by a looter outside a pawn shop. The looters looting for George Floyd, the protesters protesting for George Floyd, the rioters rioting for George Floyd, have killed a black cop. If you ever needed any more proof that these riots, these protests, and all this looting has nothing to do with justice, nothing to do with race, and nothing to do with what is right, look no further than the slaying of this man. Now, I cannot show you the footage, unfortunately, of this brutal event, but I did let you listen to some of the audio that was played in the video. Now, on Facebook Live, his slaying was captured. I have not seen the video myself, and it is hard to watch. It is very sad. President Donald Trump tweeted about this man, saying the following: "Our highest respect to the family of David Dorn, a great police captain from St. Louis, who was viciously shot and killed by despicable looters last night. We honor our police officers, perhaps more than ever before. Thank you." If there was any further proof that these protests and these riots and this looting has nothing to do with making America better, but everything to do with destroying America, then look no further. If these people were looting in the name of George Floyd, who was killed by a police officer, then why would they go out and kill a black retired cop? They murdered him. They murdered him. And he was trying to stop them from looting. These savage beasts killed this man. What does he get for serving the United States of America, to keep people safe as a police officer? Well, he got shot. So I've got the latest details of the story right here. North St. Louis. A retired St. Louis City police captain was shot and killed outside of a looted North City pawn shop overnight, and now a $10,000 reward is offered for any information. At around 2:30 a.m., Tuesday, police found 77-year-old David Dorn shot dead outside of Lee's Pawn and Jewelry Store in the 4100 block of Martin Luther King Drive. According to the Ethical Society of Police of St. Louis, Dorn was a retired St. Louis City captain. He was murdered by looters at a pawn shop. He was a type of brother that would have given his life to save them if he had to. Violence is not the answer, whether it's a citizen or an officer, they wrote. The slaying of this black police officer completely and utterly invalidates everything the protesters, the rioters, and the looters say that they've been fighting for. Now, looting is looting. You're just a criminal. You're just an opportunistic scumbag looking to steal and get free stuff.
Problem that bothers me, you says Black Lives Matter. I've worked here part-time. Plus, I'm a part owner of this store. You said Black Lives Matter. Why don't you choke me? I'm black.
Tell him, sister.
Look what you did to my store.
Tell him, sister.
Look.
These are my dudes right here. Good
Look at
men.
the things you've done.
Good men.
Look.
But Black Lives Matter.
We've been here all night cleaning up. All night cleaning.
And you got black people standing right here with them. Black
Tell
people.
me
That's right.
Black Lives Matter.
Exactly.
You lied. You wanted to loot the store. You needed money. Get a job like I do. Stop stealing. This is the neighborhood. We're trying to build it up and you tearing it down. What's your...
And I mean, that's just the way it is. Literally, like this woman said. You have law-abiding citizens who try to build up these businesses, who try to be good members of society, and then you have other people who tear it all down, who destroy. Savages. And that's what they are, they're savages. So St. Louis Police Chief John Hayden said Dorn was murdered during a looting while exercising law enforcement training. He was trying to de-escalate the situation and stop people from looting. David Dorn was a fine captain. Many of us young officers looked up to him, Chief Hayden said. Chief Hayden said officers will wear their mourning badges in response to Dorn's death. So a little bit of backstory on Dorn and the life he lived. Dorn spent 38 years with the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department before becoming the police chief in Moline Acres. Those worked with him in both police departments said they are heartbroken over his death and remember him with great respect. Very sad. So Dorn joined the police academy. So this guy spent over 30 years serving as a police officer. And a lot of these left-wing types, a lot of these left-wing liberal, woke social justice warriors, all of these socialists, these anarchists, these members of Antifa, a very terrible group, all of these people talk about racial injustice and bigotry, but at the end of the day, they killed a black cop. And where would we be without cops? It would be nothing but chaos and destruction and people being beat in the street. All of that is happening right now in these riots, in these so-called protests that always seem to turn violent. And all these looters smashing windows, stealing, hurting, criminals. And that's when you realize that a society without cops would be rioting 24/7, stealing 24/7, crimes and attacks on innocent people 24/7, and people dying. That is what happens in a world without cops. So all of this talk about injustice, it's all bullshit. It's all nonsense. So why was Dorn's life taken? Well, here it says Dorn would help out the owners of Lee's Pawn Shop in Drewry due to his extensive background in police work. When the business's alarms would go off, Dorn would check it out. And that's what he did early Tuesday morning before he was shot and killed. So he was helping out a local business, Lee's Pawn and Jewelry, and he was killed for it. That's why he's dead. All because these people wanted to steal. And as the commentator said, the bystander, he said, all over a TV. It is absolutely and utterly despicable. I hope these savages are found. And honestly, I can't even say what I really want to say because I would probably be censored for telling you what I really think and what I really feel. So I'll just say this. I hope the people responsible get put in their fucking place. And I hope they're punished severely to the fullest extent of the law, if there's any law left in this country. Dorn's wife is a sergeant with the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department. Now, Crime Stoppers is offering a reward of up to $10,000 for any information leading up to an arrest. If you have information regarding this violent incident, if you were there, if you know someone who knows about it, you can call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS, which is 8477. Again, that's 866-371-8477. There you have it, folks. You know, it's clear that none of this is about justice at all, because this is injustice. So I want to where are the counter rioters now? Where are the people rioting for this black cop that was killed by these looters, looting in the name of George Floyd? It's sick. The severe irony of this, as a user on Twitter named Rachel points out, dear God, there's several black people killed now in these riots. So these riots have caused more death, more destruction, more decay. Yeah. So I'm hearing this other news outlet, and they have a really good quote here that someone was saying about this incident. Here's the quote. Flowers and a teddy bear sat outside the shop next to a handwritten sign that read, y'all killed a black man because they killed a black man? ? Rest in peace. It really is ironic, isn't it? And that's when you begin to realize that a lot of these people don't really care in the first place. It was never about George Floyd. It was about an opportunity to destroy, to steal, and to be evil. Because that's what this is. It is evil. There's evil people in this society. And maybe those evil people are going to run into the cops. And maybe sometimes things will get out of hand. You know, I've been hearing a lot of people saying that George Floyd was some innocent guy who didn't deserve what happened to him. Maybe that's true. But what I do know is that George Floyd was a lifelong criminal. He had a criminal record. And at one point, he was arrested because he mugged a pregnant woman, pointed a gun to her pregnant belly, and robbed her. Now, I'm not saying he deserved to lose his life the way he did, but what I am saying is he wasn't some innocent, good person. He was a lifelong criminal who attacked a pregnant woman, and in my opinion, that makes you a scummy human being. So several people on social media said they watched a broadcast on Facebook Live that showed the shooting at the pawn shop. The video was taken down by Facebook, but later they said that was a mistake because it does not violate their policies. Facebook said they were saddened by the events. And, that's the story, my friends. It's very sad. It's very upsetting. Mark Dice, with his spicy take, says, his black life doesn't matter to CNN or their foot soldiers who killed them. And I have to agree. I haven't seen CNN talk about this. I haven't really seen the mainstream media talk about it. It's almost like they absolutely don't even care. I'm disgusted. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm disgusted. People need to stop. No more rioting, no more looting. You shouldn't have done it in the first place. Enough is enough. And stop with the protests. We're in a pandemic. Blood is being shed. You people are monsters. You're not going to go down in history as the heroes. You're going to go down in history as the villains. And that's where you belong. In the shame of history. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think? Let me know what you think about this. You know what I think about it. I'm telling you, I'm sickened. If you want to support the channel, there's... you can join me on Patreon or Subscribe Store. If you want to donate, there's Donor Box. Links down below in the description. There's other options. Take a look if you want. Share the video. Spread the word. Spread the message. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.